Hey there, you! Yeah, you, sitting there with a to-do list longer than Squidward's complaint log after a busy day at the Krusty Krab. But let's be honest, what have you actually accomplished today? Maybe you've opened the fridge 15 times, hoping for a magical Krabby Patty to appear, or scrolled through your phone for an hour, laughing at jellyfish memes. Don't worry. I've been there too, feeling like a lost sea sponge trying to do a jellyfish dance in a whirlpool. I used to think productivity was for high-energy starfish like Patrick or go-getters like Sandy. But guess what? I stumbled upon a productivity method that works for lazy folks like us, and it's a total game-changer. No hustle culture nonsense, no rise and grind vibes, just a SpongeBob-approved, couch-friendly blueprint to get stuff done while keeping your spongy soul intact. Welcome to SpongeBob's Lazy Productivity Blueprint. Buckle up, because we're diving into Bikini Bottom's best-kept secret for getting things done without losing your chill. Let's get real for a second. Some days, we're just floating through life like jellyfish, aimlessly drifting, maybe sparking a little energy, but mostly feeling, well, useless. Sound familiar? Here's the good news. Being lazy and being productive aren't enemies. You don't need to move to a mountain, meditate with a guru, or chug weird mushroom tea to get your act together. You just need a system that vibes with your low energy, spongy self. Think of it like finding the perfect current to carry you through jellyfish fields. It's all about working with your energy, not fighting it. So, grab a comfy spot on your pineapple couch, and let's explore 9 tips that'll turn you into a productivity pro without sacrificing your love for naps or Krabby Patty daydreams. First up, the 2-minute task roll. It's so simple it's almost silly, but it works like a charm. The task takes less than 2 minutes. Do it right now. That text from Sandy asking if you're free for karate? Reply before you overthink it. Those socks scattered on the floor like starfish at a beach party? Toss them in the hamper. Spilled some kelp shake on the counter? Wipe it up before it turns into a sticky sea stain. These tiny tasks are like collecting jellyfish in a net. Each one's a small win that builds momentum. I used to let these little things pile up, thinking, oh, I'll deal with it later. But later was always a myth, and soon my pineapple house looked like Plankton's lab after one of his failed schemes. Here's a pro tip. Start with one tiny task right after this video. Maybe it's rinsing a single dish or sending a quick email. You'll be amazed how these micro wins stack up like a tower of jelly beans, giving you a sense of accomplishment without breaking a sweat. Try it for a day, and you'll feel like you're rolling Bikini Bottom without even trying. Next, let's talk about the sponge sprint, the secret sauce for lazy productivity. Set a timer for 15 minutes and work on one task like you mean it. No distractions, no checking your phone for the latest goo goo gas updates. Just focus. When the timer dings, you're done. Take a break, scroll through your coral pad, daydream about jellyfishing, or munch on some seaweed chips. Then, when you're ready, do another sprint. The beauty of this is you're not committing to a 3-hour grind session that feels like cleaning the Krusty Krab grill after a double shift. It's just short, focused bursts of effort, like snacking on productivity instead of choking down a whole seaweed cake. When I first tried this, I thought, 15 minutes? That's barely enough time to tie my shoes. But here's the magic. Those short bursts keep your brain sharp and your energy high. One time, I used a sponge sprint to start organizing my jellyfishing gear. By the end of 3 sprints, my nets were sorted, and I even had time to plan a trip to jellyfish fields. Start small, pick one task, set that timer, and watch how much you get done without feeling like you're running a marathon. Get those overwhelming to-do lists that make you want to hide under a rock like Patrick. Instead, create a lazy list, a collection of low-energy tasks you can do when you're feeling more like a sea cucumber than a superstar. These are things you can tackle while lying on the couch, waiting for your Krabby Patty delivery, or even brushing your teeth. Think replying to a quick email, jotting down a grocery list, or sorting your sock drawer into square and slightly less square piles. I keep my lazy list on my coral pad, and it's a lifesaver on days when motivation is as scarce as a clean table at the Krusty Krab. One time, I was feeling super sluggish, so I pulled up my lazy list and knocked out a few small tasks, like confirming a meetup with Patrick and organizing my jellyfish net collection. By the end, I felt productive without even leaving my pineapple. Pro tip, keep your lazy list short and specific. Maybe 5 to 10 tasks. Update it weekly so it's always ready to rescue you from procrastination panic. It's like having a trusty sidekick for your inner couch potato. Here's a game changer. The done list. Every time you finish something, no matter how small, write it down. Brushed your teeth like a Bikini Bottom champion? Add it to the list. Sent that annoying email you've been avoiding? That's a check mark. Felt productive for 5 whole minutes? Double check. This isn't just about bragging rights. It's about fueling your brain's reward system. Every time you see that list grow, it's like giving your inner jellyfish a high five. I started doing this after a particularly lazy week when I felt like I'd accomplished nothing. I put on my favorite SpongeBob karaoke playlist, Don't Tell Squidward, and belted out Sweet Victory while scrubbing. Before I knew it, the place was sparkling, and I had a blast. Another time, I batched paying bills with watching jellyfish videos on my my coral pad. It turned a chore into a mini party. Pro tip, make a fun batching playlist or pick a reward activity you love, and save it for those tedious tasks. It's like sprinkling glitter on a sea cucumber. It doesn't change what it is, but it makes it way more bearable. Not every bubble in Bikini Bottom needs popping, and not every task needs your immediate attention. Tip 7 is about figuring out what's actually urgent. Ask yourself, will this matter tomorrow, next week, next month? If the answer's no, maybe it's okay to let it float for a bit, or skip it entirely. Radical, right? I used to stress about every little thing, like answering every message from Patrick the second it came in. But then I realized half those emergencies were just him asking if I wanted to go jellyfishing again. Now, I focus on the big Krabby Patties, the tasks that really move the needle, like finishing a project for Mr. Krabs or planning a big event. Here's how to do it. Grab a piece of paper and split it into 2 columns. Must do now and can wait. Put your tasks in one or the other. You'll be amazed how much mental space you free up when you stop sweating the small stuff. It's like clearing the fog in jellyfish fields. Suddenly, you can see what really matters. We all have times when we're buzzing with energy and times when we're more like a snoozing starfish. Tip 8 is about protecting your peak energy. Are you a morning sponge, ready to tackle the world when the sun rises over Bikini Bottom? Or do you hit your stride in the afternoon, after a good Krabby Patty lunch? Maybe you're a night owl, vibing when the moon lights up the ocean. Figure out when you feel most alive and schedule your hardest tasks for then. Save the low energy stuff, like scrolling through your lazy list, for when you're half asleep and munching on cereal. I used to waste my mornings staring at bubbles, trying to force myself to do big tasks when my brain was mush. Now, I know I'm sharpest right after breakfast, so I save my sponge sprints for then. In the evenings, when I'm more like a sleepy Gary, I stick to easy stuff like replying to messages. Try this, track your energy for a couple of days. Note when you feel focused versus foggy. Then, match your toughest tasks to your peak hours. It's like catching the perfect wave. You'll get more done with less effort. Last but not least, tip 9, reward yourself like a sea king. Every time you finish a task, give yourself a treat. Did the dishes? Grab a cookie. Finished your homework? Take 10 minutes to scroll through jellyfish videos guilt-free. These rewards make your brain go, why, and keep you motivated to do more. It's lazy science at its finest. I started doing this after a long day of avoiding my Krusty Krab paperwork. I told myself, finish 1 page, and you get to watch a rerun of Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. Not only did I finish the page, but I kept going because I was so excited for my reward. Here's how to make it work. Pick rewards that genuinely spark joy. Whether it's a snack, a quick nap, or a dance break to your favorite sea shanty. Keep them small for small tasks and bigger for major wins. And don't skimp. Be kind to your spongy self. Celebrating progress is like fueling your boat with high-octane kelp juice. It keeps you moving forward. Let's sponge it back and recap the lazy productivity blueprint. 2-minute task roll. Knock out tiny tasks right away to build momentum. Sponge sprint. Work in 15-minute bursts. Then chill like a jellyfish. Lazy list. Keep a list of low-energy tasks for your sloggiest moments. Dumb list. Track your wins to boost your confidence. Lower the activation energy. Make the first steps so easy you can't say no. Batch the boring stuff. Pair dull tasks with fun to make them bearable. Decide what's urgent. Focus on the big Krabby Patties, not every bubble. Protect your peak energy. Save tough tasks for when you're at your best. Reward yourself. Treat yourself like royalty for every step forward. This isn't about hustling until you're a burned-out barnacle. It's about smart, sponging moves that let you get stuff done while staying true to your laid-back vibe. You're not trying to be Employee of the Month at the Krusty Krab. You're just aiming to feel good about what you accomplish. If you've ever felt like a productive potato, a procrastinating pickle, or just a sponge who's a little too cozy on the couch, this lazy productivity blueprint is for you. You don't need to overhaul your life or move to a new reef to get things done. Just take 1 tip, maybe the 2-minute roll or a quick sponge sprint, and try it today. You'll be amazed how far a little spongy magic can take you. If you learn something new, hit that like button to send some love my way. Subscribe for more lazy genius tips straight from Bikini Bottom. Share this with your favorite couch creature or anyone who needs a productivity boost without the hustle. And hey, drop a comment below. Tell me which tip you're trying first or share your own lazy hack. Remember, productivity isn't about doing everything. It's about doing the right stuff while keeping your spongy soul happy and whole. This is SpongeBob, signing off with a nap, a victory snack, and a whole lot of jellyfish vibes. Catch you in the next current.